Hey everybody, it's Jay Wood back at you at GoTarryn.tv. I'm here in beautiful, scenic, glorious, gorgeous Denver, Colorado. And when I'm not slanging around barbells, when I'm not changing dirty diapers, I'm watching GoTarryn.tv.
And hey everybody, welcome to GoTarryn TV today. It's Tarryn the Traveling Trainer on episode 434, and we've got all the way from Denver, Colorado, returning to GoTarryn TV, Jay Wood, Mr. Jason Wood. He is back. How are you doing, Jason?
I'm doing great, Tarryn. Thanks for asking, buddy.
Well, thanks for coming back on. It's great to have you. It was perfect timing because, our mutual friend Jason Knight had, given you a shout out on his last blog, and so he said to say hi and had really great things and kept you in the highest regard. So that was really nice. I understand that you trained with him in his dojo years back, and again, he just was really glad to hear you're doing well.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, man. I would say there has been maybe 3 to 5 people in my life, professional and even personal career, and I'm not talking family members or anything like that. I mean, some of them, yes, but who have really been influential in who I become as a person. And I would say Jason definitely is in is in that category of a very small group of people, for sure.
That's really cool. Okay. Yeah. That's great. Well, thank you again for taking my invitation to come on here. Again, it's been crazy. I'm traveling myself. I'm remotely right now from Huntsville, Alabama right now, visiting family. And you yourself, you've got a busy night here and a busy weekend. Tell us what's been going on and what you've got cooking right now this weekend.
Oh yeah. Thanks, Tarryn. My wife and I, in partnerships with Rocky Mountain Lifting Club and Devil Dog CrossFit, are running the 2016 Aurora Sports Festival, which is a huge sports festival in Aurora, Colorado, which is about 20 miles south from where I am right now.
Okay.
And we have championship powerlifting going on. We have the 2016 United States Olympic Weightlifting Colorado State Championships going on that my wife and I are running.
Cool.
And we also have the Survival of the Fittest, which is a CrossFit competition that I think raises money for, I'm not sure if it's Wounded Warriors, but it's for military families and stuff like that. So got a lot of great lifting going on all weekend, and it's been a whirlwind. We actually had to fly my sister out from Charlotte, North Carolina, home of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, baby. We can talk about Charlotte, about Ric Flair and anti-scene, but to fly her out to help out with the kids. So I'm here for the night. My wife Rachel's doing duty down there, and it's a trip, man. We're having a great time doing it.
Excellent. Well, I got so many questions for you and a lot of things to catch up on. Speaking of your sister here, we got to have her on GoTarryn TV sometime and interview her. That way we get the whole family, because we've had your brother Nick on a couple times since I last spoke to you. And the last time Nick was on, he was giving us some good advice and suggestions for other personal trainers when, some of the clients asked some common misconceptions and questions that they ask of. But that's what I was going to talk to you about today. And since I also talked to you, by the way, congratulations on the baby. I did not get to tell you that I'm very excited and happy for you all. So how is that going before we jump into it?
It's going great, man. I will honestly, I'm man enough to admit what I'm good at and what I'm bad at. This is my second go around with kids.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like infants. There, I said it. But say what you want. I don't care. I love toddlers. Like my little Isabella, who's 20 months old. She's almost 2.
Yeah.
I put her to sleep, but I bathe her. I do all that stuff, no problem. That infant, man, they will break you, man. They will make grown men cry. So kudos to all the moms out there keeping all the babies safe and healthy, and kudos to the dads doing it, because having one I was just getting used to, and now you got a 7-week-old and a 19-month-old. It's pretty crazy, but no, it's great. It's great, but I do not like infants. Cry, they poop. Yeah.
No, but again, this is wonderful. Congratulations. I'm really happy for y'all. Yeah, this is amazing, and they truly are blessings. So, and again, your family is great. Nick gave some really great answers here on GoTarryn TV. I'd asked him, and he's a wealth of knowledge and just a real confident young man. Really knows what he's doing, and I was very impressed with him. We're going to have him back on here very soon too. But with his last blog, I'll ask you the same questions that I asked him too, in terms of when people are coming to you and they have some, different questions. One of the questions, I'll just jump right into it and just start here and ask you. Like, a lot of times people will ask you, how frequently they should be seeing their personal trainer. So when they first sign up with you and they say, Jason, I'm new to this, and they first meet you the first time, how many times should we be meeting each other a week? What do you tell them when you see them?
Well, I for one would tell them to be leery of a trainer that gives them a specific number off the bat. It's got nothing to do with how many times they see me or the workout, and that gets, I think, lost in translation sometimes with trainers. My job as a trainer, and I even almost don't even like the term personal trainer anymore. I'm more like, I like being a coach, and I think that really changed a lot when I met my wife, and I think I even talked about that in my first interview with you.
Yeah, you're right, you did.
I have some of my most successful clients I meet with once a week. I check in, I lay out what to do, and we go over, hey, try that. We don't even really work out. We work out a little bit, and I go, okay, do you like this exercise? Try this. How are you doing? Maybe you need to add this, take this away. How you doing with food? And then I go, hey, send me a text in a couple days and we'll figure out what you have to do. I'm not into nickel and diming people. I like having people have accountability. Because Tarryn, listen, if I was to say, oh, see me 3 times a week and they're making bad food choices, or they can't afford the food, or they can't afford sleep or massage or or new shoes or books I recommend and stuff, then what I'm doing is I'm just filling my pocket at their expense, and that's not what I'm really trying to do. So I never give anybody a definitive number. And if I'm doing a class, the class meets X, Y, and Z times per week. It's X amount of money. That's totally different than private clients. I would say all of my private clients I see once a week.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
That's it.
Okay, that's good. I like
coaching.
that.
I just had one of my lifters, Kristen, who I'm really proud of. I've been meeting with her, once a week, doing coaching for a while now, but really with the powerlifting stuff for 6 months, we'll say tops, and she just hit personal records on all of her lifts.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Because it's not about them meeting with me a bunch of times. It's about them learning skills and habits and stuff. So, I would say a minimum of once to check in. Anything over 3 is excessive. 5, you're just, 5, you just have money to spend. There's no reason for it.
Very well said. I like that. Okay. And I like what you said. Accountability. That's key. How about when they ask you this, Jason, how quickly will they see the results of when they start training with you? Like, for example, all right, I'm going to start training with you. Here's my payment. When am I going to see results? What's the answer to give them on that?
I would say, what are we classifying as a result? Is the result a toe touch? Is the result better range of motion? Is it losing a pound a week? I have a woman who she's in one of my classes, and she sends me messages. I run 5-week boot camp classes that meet 2 to 3 times a week, right?
Oh, okay, right.
We do like an additional Saturday if she wants to show up. And she's like, I haven't lost any weight. WTF, I'm so frustrated. Right? And I said, okay, have you done measurements or weighed yourself? She's like, well, I weigh myself. I said, okay, first off, is your scale accurate? Okay, is your scale clean when you step on it? Do you do it every time of the day? Well, she wasn't doing that. So, okay, we'll do that. Okay, well, still didn't lose any weight. Okay, then it's not a scale issue. Right? I said, okay, are you doing measurements? No, I'm not. Okay, well, how do your pants fit? Well, they fit a little looser. I said, okay, well, do you think that it might be that maybe you're not losing weight, but you're actually transferring you're gaining lean muscle? Well, maybe.
Yeah.
And then I see pictures of her eating out at Red Lobster, X, Y, and Z taco. I mean, so, and I don't care. And I'm not even saying like, oh, don't eat out. But it's like, we have a saying, like, don't get mad at the results you're not getting from the work you don't do.
I like that. Yeah. Very true.
You know what I mean? So I don't, the results come, but then on the flip side of that is I have a woman that I've been working with on getting her training, kind of her weeks lined up, so to speak. Hey, do this week, hit up this week, try this week, blah, 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 blah. I feel like she texts me every 6 to 7 days, hey, I'm down a pound. Hey, I just hit a personal best on the lift. I'm doing much better. And hers was more of an organizational problem.
Mm-hmm.
right? So she was seeing. It took her a couple weeks to see results, but at the same time, it takes a little while to get good at this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think once I tell people is, hey, once you get good at this stuff, and this may be 2 weeks, and maybe 10 weeks, and maybe 3 years, you can get results overnight or in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
If you want to get the scale move, don't eat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not going to eat. Why would you say that? Well, then why would you tell me that the scale is so important to you that you're basing your entire progress off of a result that you don't care enough about to make sacrifices to get?
I like that.
Then,
yeah.
Okay. Well, I never thought about that. But no, really, I want to lose a couple inches or I want to lose a couple pounds, but I don't want to weigh myself. Well, then we're not really having a conversation yet. You're giving me a bunch of ideas. So that's typically a lot of my conversations with people, because I don't want to tell somebody 2 weeks, and then after 2 weeks they don't get the result, and I look like the bad trainer. So I tend to very much generalize stuff. And it's very unless they have a date on something they're trying to look good for, I keep things very generalized. I don't give specific numbers.
Good. I like that. Excellent. And then here's one that you hear all the time, I'm sure. What's the best diet for weight loss? When they come up to you and say, Jason, tell me about nutrition. Which diet's the best? There's a million of them out there. What do you tell them?
Yeah. I would say probably a diet that allows you to mix up carbohydrates, fat, and proteins at appropriate time. Also, that doesn't eliminate sugar or salt.
Okay.
Sugar is one of the huge fuel sources for your brain. So whenever we get stressed, cortisol gets released and all this stuff. Having a steady supply of sugar in your system kind of wards that off. So a really simple thing that I do is I recommend people have excuse me, orange juice, like all natural orange juice, eggs cooked in coconut oil, and bacon cooked in coconut oil for breakfast.
Okay.
Those that's kind of like the breakfast I really recommend.
Sure.
So it's not so much like a diet, but it's, hey, how are you eating? What do you need to focus on? If someone's telling me they don't eat carbs, I immediately put carbs back in. If someone says they don't eat sugar, I immediately put sugar back in. So I don't give out a certain, you have to eat so many grams per day or whatever. Generally, it's more protein. Base your carbohydrates around when you're being active, and try to ward off sugar. Try to ward off not sugar cravings, I should say. I'm sorry. So making sure, I had a woman the other day. That woman I was just talking about that lost this weight. She goes, I'm going to P.F. Chang's for lunch, and then I usually do a handful of almonds for a snack. I go, well, you're already at P.F. Chang's. Or she was going subs or something. I said, well, why don't you get a chocolate chip cookie? And she's like, what? So we pulled up the website, and the chocolate chip cookie had 125 less calories, 17, I'm making up numbers, but way less grams of carbs and just the same amount of protein.
Oh, wow.
I said, so have the stupid cookie. You know what I mean? So I try to allow people to eat as much real food and enjoy stuff as they can without necessarily setting restrictions or anything like that. So and my approach to all this, Tarryn, is not I don't have an answer. I know Nick was like, eat more vegetables. It's like, well, not every vegetable. If you talk to Tom Brady doesn't eat any nightshades because they promote inflammation.
Oh yeah, that's true. Good, very true. That's true.
So you can't just say, vegetables, because some vegetables are bad for you. They screw up thyroid function unless you cook them certain ways or you cook them with certain foods. So, generally speaking, that's what I tell them to try. And as long as the scale's moving, I'm happy with that.
Love it. Brilliant. Okay, next question, Jason. What about when the women come up to you? This is a common question they ask you. They say, what are the best exercises for getting rid of, quote, muffin tops, bat wings, and inner thigh bulge?
That I can answer. Sumo deadlifts, right Contreras glute bridges. I like kettlebell swings a lot, and then
definitely.
I'm a big fan of rows or pull-ups. Even if it's a gravitron pull-up, anything like that is typically what the doctor ordered when it comes to taking care of those problem areas.
Okay.
Yeah, pull-ups, glute bridges, sumo squats, some pressing and stuff, just some good old-fashioned strength training. But but hands down, glute bridge. Like if someone comes to me and go, "Oh, I want a flatter butt," they have to do glute bridges. Period.
Sure.
With enough weight. So I have, most of my women start with 95 pounds. Some of the more advanced lifters will go up to 185 pounds on glute bridges. Yes, I'm talking with the barbell and you pop the hip up. Brett Contreras has done extensive research on glute exercises, EMG studies. The glute bridge, sumo deadlifts, variations of those are hands down the best thing to do.
Brilliant. Okay.
Full stop.
Excellent. And then the next question here, what about the people that come up to you and they say, well, why do I need strength training, period? Why can't I just do cardio?
Well, first off, your heart doesn't care how it gets elevated, and muscle mass is much more metabolically active. So you might as well just strength train and learn how to overcome, build some confidence up, build the technique of paying attention, aka burning more glucose, aka you can now utilize sugar a little bit better. It's easy to hit go and do a bunch of cardio. The heart doesn't know the difference. Now, there's been some studies recently about different types of coordination, and it's a different brain area and stuff like that. So doing some cardio is certainly good to do. I've been adding in a little bit myself, but I've been doing it kind of just more for body comp reasons. And the other question I tell them is this. Someone goes, so you asked me the question like you were my client. Go ahead.
Oh, well, Jason, why do I need to do strength training? Why do I need to throw the weights around? Why can't I just go on the treadmill and just do a 30-minute walk? Won't that be good enough?
You certainly could, but what's your goal you're trying to accomplish, Tarryn?
Well, I guess I'm just trying to lose a few pounds, and I'm just not seeing the results.
Oh, okay, great. So what's your current weight?
190 pounds right now.
190 pounds. Okay, and then how often are you walking, or how often are you reassessing? Because if I'm hearing you correctly, you're telling me that you're doing something, but you're reassessing it on the scale, not moving. Am I hearing you correct?
Right, exactly. Yes,
okay,
absolutely.
Okay, great. And is there a reason? Like, do you have a certain number in your head? Is there a certain feeling you think that you're going to get if you hit that number?
Oh, I think that if I was down 10 or 15 pounds, I'd be happy. That's what usually everyone, would be happy with.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so let's do this. Why don't we next time we meet, let's kind of lay out the week for you. We'll have you weigh yourself, and we'll kind of see what maybe structuring something that might be a little bit different. Maybe we can add in some strength training. Maybe you need to do 30 minutes of walking with some higher protein. So you may not actually need strength training. You need to eat a little bit more protein pre and post, or there may be some nutritional things. If after a week you're not getting the result of maybe making some changes, let's try adding in some strength training. We'll do 7 to 10 minutes tops, and after those 7 to 10 minutes, we'll test it again after a week. And after that week, you're not seeing a difference, we'll make some adjustments then. Let's go from there.
I think that's very reasonable. I think that sounds fair. Absolutely.
All right, awesome. So let's go. Because here's what happens. When I usually, if I have a female client, I say stop all exercise unless you're with me. For like a week or two. Do not walk, do not swim. I shouldn't say do not walk, but do not do anything until you're with me. Let's see what's going on if you do nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're already not getting a result, but now you're not getting a result and you're wasting time. So then if we do strength training or we do whatever, I then go, hey, let's start with, for some reason, I always go to 12 minutes. I go, let's start with 12 minutes of aerobic exercise 2 or 3 times a week, and let's see what happens.
Love it.
That's
Absolutely.
it. Let's see.
That's good.
I've been doing because if you feel really good and you start adding in 12 minutes of the elliptical 2 days a week, and by Friday your Achilles starts to hurt, okay, well, now we know. Rather have your Achilles hurt after 12 minutes and 57 minutes or 60 minutes a week or whatever. So you start really slow, and it's not about making people in the gym for 3 or 4 hours at a time. It's about, no, I need you to have a life, and to actually do is the bare minimum you have to do to get the result that you want.
Excellent.
Unless you're into it. I mean, if you're into it, then hell yeah, let's go for it.
Sure.
But most people aren't, so they don't need that excessive amount.
Right. Absolutely.
One more question, then it's 5:30.
Yes, thank you very much. Good on the yes. Let's do this. How about this one? Let's slide this last one in. What about when people ask you, Jason, why aren't my workouts getting any easier? They're only getting harder. Do they ever ask you that?
I personally never get that.
Hmm.
I think if someone actually says that to their trainer, then their trainer is trying to chase a feeling and not an actual result. And
Hmm.
I would probably question how good that trainer actually is.
Very true. Absolutely.
Sorry, like you're an idiot if your client's workouts are getting like harder, not easier. I mean, and maybe it's the question on how you asked it,
Hmm.
but no, they should be getting they should be getting better in the sense like, oh, that was that was a hard workout. You really killed it today. But if
Hmm.
every workout is this, beat down, look at me, like that proves to me that the only thing the trainer has is the workouts. They have nothing else to offer.
Very good point. Yeah,
You
and
know what I mean?
in Atlanta, we got a ton of unqualified trainers, a lot of non-degree, non-certified trainers. I see them all the time, and unfortunately, I work with a few of them, and they're all around. It's very few and
You've
far between.
interviewed a few of them.
But again, it's very far few in between that we see trainers like yourself and like Nick and others who have the credentials to be a trainer and a fitness professional.
Well,
So
I think trainers don't want to not help people. I think they don't know and they don't want
yeah,
to invest in actually making themselves better because there's no money in training. Like you don't get into training in the early stage in the first 5 years. I mean, even now, I
yeah.
mean, okay, yeah, my wife and I have fame and notoriety, and we do pretty well, but
Hmm.
we don't have $20,000 in the bank. I mean, it's still a month to month kind of thing.
Sure. Hmm.
But that's kind of I picked that profession.
Yeah.
I'd rather do this than anything else.
Oh, you chose brilliantly because again, you're passionate about it. This is what you're meant to do, and you're excellent. You're very good at what you do too, Jason. Take it from me.
Okay.
Yeah, keep up the great work out there. Well, again, thank you so much, Jason, for your time. I really appreciate it. Before I let you go, though, how can the people watching, if they want to get more information on you and your wife and learn more from Z Health and everything else you guys are doing out there in Denver, how can they best contact you directly?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
reach you?
Real quick, I do
Yes.
not. I noticed you said something. I do not own Z Health. I don't even work for them anymore. Z
Oh,
Health.
I didn't realize that.
Z
Okay.
Health is a company owned by Dr. Eric Cobb and Kathy
Ah,
Mock,
okay.
who
Gotcha.
I have a relationship with, and I
Gotcha.
worked for them
Okay.
for a number of years. And
I see.
they
Okay.
coordinated. I just have kids and stuff, so I'm out of their loop. But I
Mhm.
mean, I talk to Doc once a month.
Okay. Okay.
Kathy's daughter has stayed at our house before.
Sure.
So I'm not affiliated per sense with the company.
Oh, okay.
I am one of their
Okay.
I am one of their higher level trainers. I'm one of the old school kind of guys. So if they have
Definitely.
questions, they can certainly contact me.
Oh,
But
okay.
I just want to clarify that I do not own or work for Z Health anymore.
Oh,
I
okay.
never owned them, but I did. I was getting paid to travel for them. I was going all over the country teaching for them for a while. I just
Oh,
don't do that
see,
anymore,
okay.
just with the kids and stuff. But
Sure, I understand,
anyhow,
yeah.
I would say hit me up on Facebook, Jay Wood or Jason Wood. Pretty easy to find me.
Yep.
And then my email is jwoodrkc@gmail.com.
All right. Perfect. Easy enough. Well, Jason, those were brilliant, excellent answers here on GoTarryn TV. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. Got to get you back on here and recap and have you back on again and have you talk again in the near future here. How about that?
All right, cool.
Let's
Thanks,
get you
Tarryn. I
on.
appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right, folks. Here comes Jason's information one more time real quick. All right, folks, there you have it. The video interview with Jay Wood right here on GoTarryn TV, episode 434. Wonderful interview with Jason Wood. We're going to have him back on here on GoTarryn TV very soon. You saw the contact information. Make sure you get in touch with him today. And as you can notice, I'm still off-site location, Huntsville, Alabama, this weekend, visiting family. So by the time you watch this, again, I'll be back in Atlanta, back at it and back on GoTarryn TV. And if this is the very first time you're watching GoTarryn TV by chance, please make sure to go to the website at the bottom of your screen right there, www.gotarryn.tv. Bookmark that as a favorite to your web browser today and tell 2 of your closest friends. And if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to like GoTarryn on Facebook, subscribe to GoTarryn on YouTube, follow GoTarryn on Twitter. You'll stay connected with Tarryn the Traveling Trainer of GoTarryn Personal Training, who tells each and every one of you that it's your time, it's your investment, it's your life. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next video blog, everybody. Bye-bye.